What's going on, YouTube peeps? This is Harry the Brand Builder, and in today's video I'm going to talk about time management, how to take advantage of your time, how to set goals for time, and how to hack into your own brain and to dismantle unrealistic goals. You see that I have a notepad here and I have a couple of other mini notepads. I had to go to get these things because I'm going to be writing in them for different things. I have one for work, which is the green one. I have one for miscellaneous, which is the blue, and I have one specifically for YouTube, which I do have larger notebooks for YouTube, but if I have a small idea and I need to throw some notes together really fast, that's what I do. So time management, this is very important. Writing down goals, setting goals, and getting used to them. Now, even though you've heard this from a lot of people, okay, you've read books that tell you, set goals, set goals, set goals. Your books all tell you set goals. You go to these management courses and all this other stuff, and they tell you set goals, set goals. And it just becomes one of those things, right? It's like a culture to say set goals. It becomes like a language, right? Just like people get asphyxiated on words like accountability and, never stop, relentless ambition and all this other stuff, ambition, motivation. And then you go see motivational speakers and then they just keep telling you, set goals, set goals, set goals. Well, let me tell you how to manage your time properly while setting realistic goals. And yeah, that's another one, realistic goals. What is a realistic goal? Okay, so let me be really truthful here. I just finished watching a video on Facebook. There's a lady talking about boycotting Fannie Mae because she went to college, got an $80,000 loan to get an education, and she doesn't have a job in her field. So she's boycotting because they ruined her credit. Pause. Fannie Mae didn't ruin your credit. They gave you a loan. They didn't have to. They were the reason why you went to school. You were able to do it. Was any of your family members going to give you the money for school? No. Did your parents save up money for you to go to school? No. How did you get to school? You took out a loan. So you went to a financial business institution. You made a business transaction, you signed on a dotted line, and then when they came to collect and say, hey, we did business, can you promise, remember that promise you made? Can you deliver on your end? The answer is no. Now, here's the next part of the Sour Patch. Now, you want to get attention for trying to boycott the company that gave you the money for the education. You borrowed money. Now, here's my question, folks. Would you build a house that you didn't need just for the fun of it? Would you go and take out loans to build a house that somebody else might use or that somebody else could benefit from, and you weren't going to get any benefit from it personally? Would you just do that out of nowhere? So here's my thing. People, two things I have to say about that. Stop getting garbage education, right? I see a lot of the people who do this kind of stuff, they tend to go to school for silly stuff, right? A majority of people who go to school for weird educations like public relations, theater, and all this other stuff, they already have connections on the inside. They're only going to school so that when they finish, they can do it effectively, right? There's a lot of people in a lot of different cultures that go to school. They already have the job waiting for them, right? Because they have the kind of connections that they can get into those fields, right? And then you have some people who go to school for business, right? They try to learn business a little bit. Even though it's a great thing to go to school for, I would recommend everybody go to school for business. They go to school for business and they make one of the most horrible business decisions. They borrow a ton of money go to school for business after borrowing all that money, and what do? Let's think about it. They get upset. They don't get a really high-paying job. And then they become socialist. Then they start joining these organizations and all this other stuff. Well, here's the thing. I'm not against people. I'm not against the human experience. I'm not political. I'm not into any of those things. But let's take some accountability into our decision-making process. The problem is, too many people think that school is some sort of a huge achievement. It is an achievement, but they think it's like this big achievement. Let me tell you guys something. Let's do some proper math here. If I was to find someone age 16 and was able to work, lives at home, I'll say, I have an idea for you. You're going to save most of the money. You're only going to spend 25%, but you're going to save most of the money you make from working. And you're going to do two things with it. One, you're going to put it in a high interest savings account, half of it that you save. And two, you're going to put the rest of it into investments. You're going to invest in the stock markets, bonds, all that other stuff. So you're going to invest and invest and invest. Okay? Let's suppose that person starts off only making about $6,000 to $7,000 a year, right? They do that for 2 years after they graduate high school or whatever. They have some money invested in a high interest savings account. They become 18, and I say, for the next 2 years, you're going to get a full-time job, do the same thing. Only difference is this time, you're going to try to save less money, right? Because now you're making more money, right? You're only going to save 50% of your money, and you're going to invest 25% like that. You're going to invest 25% of your check, save 25% of your check, do whatever you want with the other 50. Okay? Like, by the time you're 18, you're probably going to want to get a car or something like that, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, maybe you got some money set aside. You're going to invest your gifts and stuff like that. You're going to invest your tax return, income, or whatever you want to call it. So, now, you do that, and you do that for 2 years. Let's just suppose you make $20,000 a year, right? You live at home with mom and dad, so you get to put away most of your money. Now, that's the equivalent of an associate's degree, right? There's a good chance by the time that all of this is done, you're probably going to have anywhere in the ballpark of $30,000 or more saved. Positive capital, no debt, right? Now, let's suppose you did it for 4 years straight. $20,000 a year, 4 years straight. Maybe you've gotten raises or something like that. Now you're making $26,000 or something of that nature after a couple of years or whatever the case may be. And let's just assume you have $50,000, positive capital, no debt. Which one would you rather do? Go into debt to go to school. This is a simple business decision. You want to go to school for business, right? $50,000, positive capital, cash flow, investments, and money making more money for you. Or debt, an education that fights debt, that gains interest against you and works against you and turns you into a permanent slave for the rest of your life. And then on top of that, with some of the capital you save, you can start investing in real estate. You don't have to just invest in stocks. So that's just one thing. So managing your time. Why am I talking about college in this video? Because college has to do with time management. I mean, I've been saying this for the longest, right? I've known some people who really didn't do well in high school, and they still felt like they were obligated to get an education, right? They're getting C's in every class. They're barely passing, and they want to go and get an education. I should go to school, or my mom thinks I should go to school. My uncle thinks I should go to school. I'm going to go to school. Now, the people that actually do something with their degree, most of the people, okay, that come from family backgrounds where their education is not paid for them, aka poor. And I'm not really trying to classify people, but let's be honest here. Most of the people that actually do something with their degree are people who go to school for nursing, right? Because there's jobs everywhere. You get a nursing degree, you can get a job just like that. The healthcare business is always booming. They could use more too as well. You can go to school right now, become a nurse, and it doesn't cost you that much. Most people go to like little nursing programs. The most you'll probably pay is about $6,000, right? So you pay for a $6,000 education, and you're going to make $40,000, $50,000 as soon as you get out of school. So now you have a nursing degree, you're going to make $40,000, $50,000, and you're going to make a lot of money. But the only problem is some of these people, they go and get the most expensive cars they can find, and by the time they finish paying for that $50,000, $60,000 car, they would have paid $80,000 to $90,000 anyway in interest, because those car loans are going to go for about 7-8 years easily, 5 to 6 years easily, 72 months, 60 months, whatever you want to call it. All right. And during that time, all you're doing is paying a lot of debt, paying rent, doing all this other stuff, and you got all these bills coming out. You need all the #1 top technology pieces. You want to do the Christmas and all the holidays and the birthdays, and this is your thought process. And then when you look to see how much money you saved at the end of the year, you come up with a big number, a huge number. Let me show you what your number looks like. This is what your savings look like usually when you have a mindset like that, okay? And this is why I have to make videos like this, living paycheck to paycheck. What do you have to do? You have to start learning how to utilize your time and energy, your finances as well. So time management sometimes also means money management, right? Because the more money you have, the less time you have to spend going to get it. So time management has to do with money management, all right? Time should be looked at as a gift, not as a curse. Time can either be your friend or it could be your enemy. If time's your enemy, you know why? Because you are your own enemy in the first place. And time just gives you the portal to fight yourself. It gives you the arena. Every time you step into the ring to fight yourself, time is the referee. So if you don't know how to manage your time, all you're going to do is staring at your referee. You're going to be staring at your referee. I have a watch on. That's my referee. The more time that I waste, the more time that I have to look at my referee and say, why do you think there's so many people out there who have investments and businesses and stuff like that? They could take a whole week off, spend time with their family, relax, because they keep their cost of living low and they keep their income high and they save their money, and they don't go waste money on stupid things, right? So being that they don't waste money on stupid things, they give themselves some more time to go enjoy things like hiking with their family, doing different activities outdoors, setting different goals. Is it important to get those pair of pants that you really want for $90? Is it important to get those shoes for $200, $300? Is it important? How important is it? That $200 pair of shoes that you just bought, that you could have got a pair for $40, $50, you could have invested that money into hacking some of your time so that you have more time to do more efficient things. So just remember, time management sometimes also means money management, all right? And then you keep your time and you keep your money managed properly. And then you subscribe to my channel, and then you follow me on Twitter, and you give this video a thumbs up, and you have yourself a great day. We will talk more about this subject later. I might call this part 1, I might not, I don't know, but I just wanted to do some mental hacking in this video. I don't know where this video was going. I wanted to make it. I know that some of my subscribers like when I talk about certain things. They don't always like a scripted video. So I'm giving you a non-scripted video. I'm giving you a video that has a little bit of useful information. Maybe I'm going to offend some people because maybe they are some of the people that I'm talking about in this video. But if you are, instead of getting offended, I recommend you do this. I recommend you go get a notebook, write down most of the stuff I said in this video, subscribe to my channel, look at some of my other videos, comment below if you have specific ideas or goals, or you want to learn how to try to tackle some of the stupid decisions you made in the past. And maybe I can help you with that. I'm no genius, I'm no financial expert, I'm just a person living in the now that wants to spread all this good information. I don't have too many friends to talk to like that where I can just go out and have conversations. You know, I don't have too many friends that are like me. I'm more of a, I don't know, I'm very selective when it comes to people that I like really associate with, right? Most of my life, I just annoyed people, right? Because I had this brain where I do stuff like that, back on the back of the board, always writing notes. I'm always thinking about things. I always got math in my head. I'm always calculating stuff. I'm always making spreadsheets and trying to figure out what's the best. I drive everybody that I know crazy. So the good thing about the internet is that it gives me the opportunity to reach the people that are more interested in what kind of person I am. So I have that opportunity. Instead of pesterizing people and driving them nuts, I can find my audience. So when I see that I have a video with 30,000 views, comments, and I get 30, 40, 50 emails a day, which I get tons of them, I just know that I appreciate you. Maybe one day, either this year or next year, I could have a meet and greet or something like that, try to meet some of my subscribers, turn it into an event or something like that. We see what we can do. Maybe we could do something all together, people. But subscribe to the channel, share the video, and have a good day. Thank you.